Attention! The time is 3:45. Detention begins now. Time for roll call. Desk number 1. Your name.
Adam?
Adam what?
Sorry, ma'am?
Adam what?
Adam and Eve?
No, Adam. Your full name.
It's not on your roll call?
We go by first name only. Otherwise, our filing cabinets would be spilling over.
Okay. Adam Dinsmore, ma'am.
And your middle name?
Dennis. Adam Dennis Dinsmore.
Thank you. Wait a moment.
Yes, ma'am?
Your initials spell A-D-D?
Yes, ma'am. They do indeed, ma'am. I'm sorry. What were we talking about?
Never mind. Desk number 2. Your name.
Marissa Dawn Jackson. You might recognize the name. My brother Kevin lived in detention.
As a matter of fact, I do. He was quite the prankster.
Yes, ma'am.
He TP'd to school so many times, Charmin had to pay for the new chem lab.
That's him, ma'am.
And our longest running senior, too. Took him 3 years to graduate.
4, actually.
He was pretty cozy in here.
I'll say. I'm sitting in his desk.
How can you tell?
There's a plaque with his name on it.
Oh, that's right. The faculty chipped in for that. What's he up to nowadays?
Probation, but I assure you, I'm nothing like him. This is just a simple misunderstanding.
We'll see about that. Desk number 3.
Do I have to?
Have to? Watch your grammar, young lady.
My grammar is fine. I get straight A's without cracking a book. I've never missed a day of school in my life. And I'm gorgeous. So do we really have to go through this charade?
Indeed we do.
Come on. I have good grades, good insight, and good hair. Don't I deserve to get a job free card?
There's a price to pay for poor behavior.
I take Miss Moon's gym class. Isn't that punishment enough?
I thought everyone liked Miss Moon.
Are you kidding? She's a basket case. Last month, during archery, she put pictures of her boyfriend on all the targets.
I'll have a word with her about that.
Please do. They broke up, and now we're learning the backstroke in a pool of her tears.
In any event, your name.
Janice Catherine Young. And I'm not kidding about Miss Moon. Next week, we start kickboxing, and I'm worried.
Desk number 4. Your name.
You know my name.
We must follow the proper protocol.
This is stupid.
Don't call me stupid.
I didn't call you stupid.
Young lady,
Just wait until I get home. Dad will get a kick out of this.
don't bring him into this.
But Mom!
Don't but mom me.
She does this all the time. Before bed, roll call. Before dinner, roll call. I'm surprised there isn't a sign-in sheet to the bathroom.
This isn't the time or place.
I can't believe Dad thinks your attention to detail is cute.
I have my charms.
Not that it doesn't drive him crazy sometimes. For a good laugh, he switches the clues on her crossword puzzle guide. Then she disappears into the study for hours. She's still stuck on a 12-letter word for I blank Lucy.
Enough! When we step foot onto school grounds, you are no longer my daughter, and I am no longer your mother.
I wish.
What was that?
Nothing.
Your name, then.
Tina Marie Hinckley.
Thank you. Now that you have all been accounted for, we must discuss the nature of your being called to detention.
We know why we're here.
Ah, yes. I'm sure you do. Tardiness.
Yes, but...
No buts. Can anyone tell me what tardiness means?
It means we were late, like duh.
Like, duh? Have to? Are you sure you're a straight A student?
Like any competent teenager will tell you, I save my intelligence for essays and exams.
Is that so?
Duh. See what I mean? We're all on the honor roll, but none of us can tell you who discovered gravity. And why is that?
The test is over.
Exactly. We retain information long enough to choose A, B, or C, and then it's gone.
Brains like Hollanders. And by the way, Newton discovered gravity.
If you say so.
Moving on. It's not exactly the tardiness that concerns me. While I don't particularly care for my students arriving late in the middle of first class, it's the nature of your late arrival that interests me.
For the record, we only missed 10 minutes of geography, and Mr. Richards is going on 80. It takes him that long to stand up.
No kidding. While he passed out midterms, Russia split into 4 new countries.
I've had enough of your wisecracks.
They're not cracks. Good thing he doesn't teach gym, or we'd never get out of here.
It's just curious that all of you were late on the same day.
Coincidence, I assure you.
We'll see about that. In fact, let's start with you, Miss Jackson. Why were you late?
Okay, I was sick.
That's the oldest excuse in the book.
I'm aware of that.
So I'm supposed to believe you?
Yes, we both know it's an old excuse. Therefore, doesn't it make sense that I might actually be sick?
Perhaps. Then again, you're pretty clever, much like your older brother.
Fine, don't believe me.
If you were at the doctor's, what was the diagnosis?
It's kind of a long story.
I have time.
Fine then, I'll help you pack the snack.
So, you say you woke up with the sniffles?
That's right. I have a hefty bag full of tissues to prove it. They're awfully gross and snotty, but I can show you later if you don't believe me.
Oh, no, I believe you.
Okay, good. I also have a tickle in the back of my throat.
So, how long have these symptoms been bothering you?
As long as I can remember. You see, doctor, I'm allergic to school.
Is that so?
Yes, it's something I've been plagued with forever. My first day of preschool was a disaster. I tried to sing my ABCs, but by the letter F, I was covered in welts. And things have only gotten worse. Whenever anyone comes near me with the textbook, I come down with the fever. Biology is the worst. Something about photosynthesis gets my immune system all a twitter.
Allergic to school.
That's right. Merely thinking about it clogs my sinuses. And it's not just bio either. Math gives me migraines, chem makes me cough, and gym gives me gas.
Oh, interesting.
I don't know why I can't be allergic to something normal like everybody else. My friend Lauren gets the runs when she has watermelon. She's so lucky. But for me, it's not fruit, it's fractions. Instead of pollen, it's protractors. And not bee stings, but spelling bees.
I've never heard of such a thing.
I hope you don't think I'm crazy.
Not at all. In fact, if this were true, it would be one for the record books.
So why don't we run a few tests?
I was just thinking the same thing.
Great! Poke me, prod me, prove me right.
This calls for some backup. Nurse Rita, Nurse Lucy, get in here, stat.
You think I'll become famous?
If you really are allergic to school, people will be reading about you for generations.
Wonderful!
And if you died, you might even end up on Wikipedia.
That would be amazing.
Called for us, doctor.
I did indeed. We need to run some tests on this young lady.
Do we get a car open?
Time permitting.
Take all the time you need. I've got nowhere to be.
Except for math class.
Aha! The mere mention of school and your symptoms get worse.
What would you like me to do, ma'am? I've got a scalpel in my pocket.
No.
A razor in my purse?
No.
A chainsaw in my truck.
No. This calls for a transplant.
A brain transplant? Great! I'll get the skull cracker.
Skull cracker?
You should have seen her at Christmas. The Wanna tray never stood a chance.
I don't like the sound of this.
No, not a brain transplant. Young lady, I'm going to transplant you directly to graduation. Allergies, be gone.
You can do that?
Of course I can. I've been working on a computerized chip. When implanted into a teacher's brain, it makes them believe that every student deserves an A+.
I don't believe it.
Believe it, girlie. We've already tried it out.
Really?
I helped install it too. There was blood everywhere. It was great.
On who?
Lucy, go fetch our guinea pig. Do you remember Mr. Hook?
Sure, he was my math teacher. And the grouchiest old man I ever met. But he's on sabbatical for his bad back.
No. He went into the knife, and now he's passing out A's like he was on Sesame Street.
But before we send him back to school, we'll just program him to pad your report card. Consider this your prescription. You'll have your diploma in no time.
Is this safe?
Well, There's still a few kinks I have to work out, but it should be perfectly harmless.
Here he is, doctor.
Mr. Hook?
Yo, Marissa, what's up?
Excuse me?
Ayy.
Are you okay?
Ayy.
What's he doing?
Ayy.
Oh, no.
He sounds like the Fonz from Happy Days.
Ayy.
Or a wacky Canadian?
Ayy.
I think we installed the wrong kind of egg.
No kidding, we installed the wrong kind of A.
Ayy.
We'll have to make some adjustments. Lucy, get the chainsaw.
Sorry, kiddo. Looks like you'll be going back to school after all.
Fine, I'll grab some tissues on the way out. Yes?
Ayy.
Come on, Mr. Hook, let's go remove your skull cap.
While amusing, I find your story highly unlikely.
Fine, don't believe me. You'll feel pretty silly when Mr. Hook comes back to work in a leather jacket.
If this were a creative writing class, you'd get high marks for your story, but this is detention, and creativity ticks me off in detention, my dear.
Whatever you say, my dear.
Oh, you think she's funny, do you?
No, ma'am.
I think you find her story hilarious.
Not at all, ma'am. I find it depressing. I laugh when I'm depressed. Doesn't everyone?
I wouldn't know. I'm never depressed.
Really? I always thought you were the depressed type.
Why is that?
Have you counted the number of porcelain clowns in your office?
There's just a few.
31.
So I like clowns. That doesn't make me depressed.
They're not just clowns, miss. They're sad clowns, waiting to be put out of their misery.
That's not true.
Last time I was in there, one of them jumped into the trash can all by itself.
Regardless, this isn't about me. This is about you being late. So speak up, Adam.
Yes, ma'am. As you know, I'm president of the drama club.
Really?
Yes.
We have a drama club?
Yeah. Anyways, this morning Miss Travis called for an emergency rehearsal.
How could there be a drama emergency?
Clearly, you've never seen one of our shows. Our leading man doesn't know his line, the crew isn't sure what play we're doing, and this morning, the newspaper came in for an interview.
Do I really want to hear about this?
I don't know, but let's find out. I hope you took an aspirin.
For Pete's sake, I'm always losing my actress to sports around here. That's all they ever think about. Sports, sports, sports.
Surely the school board encourages the arts.
Oh, please. I had to hold auditions at the track and film me.
How'd that work?
I had them recite Shakespeare while running hurdles.
Did you manage to find
Then
anyone?
I got hit in the face with a shot put.
Did you manage to find anyone?
Only the injured.
And you're doing the Music Man?
The choreography will be limited.
Doesn't that have a pretty large cast?
Well, instead of 76 trombones, we're gonna try 7 or 6.
7 or 6?
Yeah, it all depends if Mayor Shin makes the basketball playoffs.
I found them, Miss Travis.
Rehearsal started half an hour ago. Where were you?
Kat was on her way to the Stanley Cup playoffs.
Skipping school? The principal will hear about this.
I wasn't skipping. I was on a field trip funded by the school board.
You're kidding me. I can't even get them to buy a new sign for the drama room door. It still says janitorial supplies.
Well, it was between our trip or a new roof, and I think they chose wisely.
And where were you, Mitch?
He was watering the football field with Gatorade.
Go team!
And where's Owen?
At a ping pong tournament.
Ping pong? They're teaching ping pong now?
It's surprisingly cardiovascular.
So is high blood pressure. Now what am I gonna do for a prompter?
Excuse me, but what's a prompter?
Kids, this is Jackie Smith. She's writing an article about our show. So please don't say anything stupid.
You mentioned something about a prompter?
Yeah, what is that again?
Remember, he whispers your lines if you happen to forget one or two.
Or 20.
Like a coach?
Yeah, like a coach. And we need him more than ever. At this rate, he'll be speaking more than you will be.
I guess this means rehearsal's canceled. Aw, shucks.
Not on your life. Today, you'll be the prompter.
Me? Why me?
You're the only one here.
Make Adam do it.
I'm already playing half the parts.
But I don't know anything about theater. That's why I'm the stage manager.
Too bad.
And ever since I got hit in the head with the puck, I've sort of had trouble reading.
Nobody will notice. Now remember, we have a visitor, so give it all you've got.
Break a leg.
Oh, been there, done that.
Sorry.
Marion! Oh, Marion. Every time I see your beautiful face, makes me... Oh, wait just a sec. Why is Adam wearing that wig?
Last minute substitution. Now he's also playing Mary the Librarian.
What happened to Christy?
She was at a gymnastics meet and backflipped into a pole.
Well, there's no way I'm saying these things to him.
Yes, you will, or you'll be limping on both sides.
Fine. Just don't look at me.
Continue. It sometimes takes a threat to knock the stage right out of them.
I see.
Marion, oh, Marion. Every time I see your beautiful face, it makes me fumble!
No, when you don't know your line, you say line, please. Then Kat will give you the line.
Oh, okay. Marion, oh, Marion. Every time I see your beautiful face, it makes me 40-yard line.
Close enough. Now you read it to him, Kat.
Okay. Marion, oh Marion, every time I see your beautiful face, it makes me want to...
Just read the line.
I'm trying. Every time I see your beautiful face, it makes me want to...
Try following along with your finger.
Sure. Every time I see your beautiful face, it makes me want to exit stage left.
Really?
That's what it says.
Okay.
Are you all right?
No. I might as well change the title to the Reeboks Man and hire cheerleaders for intermission.
That would be awesome.
There.
Miss Travis, I think you should take a look at what she's been writing about you.
Give me that!
She's not a reporter at all. She's from the school board.
A spy?
Not exactly.
Well, then let me see what you wrote. Unstable, unfit, unreasonable, unbelievable!
That's the same review we got for our fall production of Two Angry Men.
The school board believes the drama department is a wasteful drain on the school resources. I was sent to evaluate this class.
What a dirty, rotten trick. I thought this was gonna be my big break. The last time I had my picture in a paper was a disaster. I started an avant-garde production of Chekhov's Three Sisters. I played all the sisters.
Bravo, Miss Travis.
Thank you, darling. But they printed my review in the obituaries. I was outraged and demanding they print a retraction. But the editor told me it wasn't a misprint. He said I butchered the sisters, all three of them. So I butchered his tires, all four of them. That filthy pig had it coming.
Remind me when I get my pad back to underline unstable.
Highlight it.
Perhaps if you were teaching something of value, it wouldn't have come to this, but this class does nothing but serve your ego.
That's not true. They love me. I mean, they learn plenty. Isn't that right, Kat?
If off stage is called the wings, does that make the audience the cockpit?
I have no choice but to go back to the board and recommend they axe your funding.
Well, then that leaves me with no choice. And trust me, you'll be sorry.
Is that a threat?
It's a promise.
Uh-oh.
You asked for it.
Mitch, get your butt in here!
Yes, ma'am?
Jackie here just announced the football team is being axed.
What'd you say?
According to her, you played your last game.
I never said that.
Yeah, she never.
Get her, Adam! Get her, Mitch!
Nobody takes away my pigskin. Tackle! Touchdown!
You are completely and utterly insane!
Nobody messes with the drama queen.
I have no choice but to go back to the bar and recommend the Axie Fundy!
And I'll flood your basement with Gatorade.
You heard him. Now get out of here before things get messy.
How dare you give me the finger?
Mitch, I'm touched.
Miss Travis, I apologize. I had no idea how much fun drama can be. This Shakespeare guy you've been yakking about must be the bomb.
Yes, indeed. Shakespeare is the bomb.
Totally, like, I even forgot I had a limp. Drama cured my limb! Drama cured my limb!
You have no idea how long I've waited to hear those words. At long last, sports and theater have formed a sacred union. Maybe now I'll get some respect around here.
That was beautiful, Miss Travis.
I know. Now we can start planning our next musical. I could see it now. Sunday in the park with George Foreman. It's gonna take
So you see, miss, I had quite a morning. I apologize for being late, but it couldn't be helped.
I simply don't believe it.
Which part?
To my knowledge, the only drama that happens around here is in the staff room.
What drama?
Let's just say things haven't been the same since the home ec teacher decided to join Weight Watchers.
Miss Harvey doesn't need to lose weight.
No, she doesn't. She just wants better gas mileage. But the switch to gluten-free bagels has ticked off the entire faculty.
That explains the mail-outs in the pop machine.
But enough about me. Why were you late, Janice?
Do you really want to know?
I certainly do.
Fine. I was held hostage by senior citizens.
Can't wait to hear this one.
I hope you brought your knitting.
How long until Judge Judy comes on?
Half an hour.
Then I better wait to go to the bathroom.
Hi, Grandma. I thought I'd stop by and say hi before school.
Oh, Janice, what a lovely surprise. Oh, Bernice, you remember my granddaughter, Janice?
No, don't be offended, dear. I have a poster by the bed that says, "Get up!"
What's Murray so excited about this morning?
Oh, that. He gets nervous when we hook him up to the heart monitor. But his mind isn't quite what it used to be, so we tell him it's a game of bingo.
Now he doesn't go anywhere without his dabber.
Very creative.
There's only one drawback. When his blood pressure rises, the whole thing lights up, and he yells, "Bingo!"
Then he barks at everyone until we give him some cash.
But his mind isn't quite what it used to be, so we give him napkins.
Time for some chow, folks.
What's for breakfast, young man?
2 plates of mush and a bowl of goo. Take your pick.
Fine, I'll take the mush. Stella can have the goo.
Bon appetit.
That's what they call food around here?
Hardly. They put in a rec room, and this was the plaster. Want some?
I think I'll pass.
I remember when I could digest anything. Those were the days.
Hey, man.
Just the thought of it takes me back to the good old days.
Sure does. I haven't had any in 10 years.
Then, that's nothing. I haven't had one in 20, and boy, do I miss it.
Me too. There's nothing like it to keep a girl nice and happy. Well, isn't that right, sweetie?
Aren't you too old to be talking about dating?
Dating? Oh!
I'm not dating, dear.
Corn on the cob.
Oh, corn.
The last time I had corn, it was on the bottom of my right foot. Believe me, kid, you don't want to eat that.
Oh, and Janice, sweetie, you're never too old for dating.
Grandma.
Oh, don't be such a prude. Old people need love too.
Surely you've discussed these things with your father.
Sort of. He works for Microsoft, so my talks about boys was a PowerPoint presentation.
do's and don'ts of dating.
Well, why do you say we put that knowledge to the test?
What do you mean?
You saw that orderly? He's a stud muffin, right?
Wow, say. What? Gotta get my kick somehow.
He's okay, I guess.
Well, then why don't you use your femininely wiles and get us some corn?
No, I really better get to school.
You're not going anywhere until we get what we want.
Grandma!
I'm not all sugar and spice, you know. One call to the front desk, and I'll have this whole place on lockdown.
Lockdown?
I'll just say, Murray's wandering again. Then they seal all the doors until he turns up.
But he's right here.
Bernice will take care of that.
Where should I stash him?
The closet.
This is a joke, right?
You wish.
But I have school.
Only if you play your cards right.
Come on, Maury. We're going for a ride. Bingo. Oh, calm down, you old geezer.
Bingo.
Keep quiet, will ya?
What's going on here?
You're up, Janice. Go get me my cord!
What's all the commotion about?
Bingo. Bingo.
They were hiding him in the closet.
Not again.
You mean they've done this before?
Oh, please, they've tried this stuff plenty of times. First, they showered the visitors with kindness. Then, they used them to get corn.
I don't believe it.
I've been hit on by every granddaughter in this ward, but they ain't getting a single kernel from me.
Grandma, I'm ashamed of you.
You don't know what it's like.
Exactly. Never take your calling for granted.
That's it. I'm putting you two to the thermostat detail.
No, not the thermostat detail.
Anything but that.
No buts. Now off you go.
This place is a prison.
I have half a mind to break out.
No, you just have half a mind.
Oh, shut it, you old bat. Oh, oh, oh.
What's thermostat detail?
I put them in charge of the temperature. With a crowd like this, no one's ever satisfied. Keeps them occupied for hours.
Thanks for bailing me out.
No problem. Now I better get Murray his meds. He's looking a little tired.
Thank God I thought we'd never leave.
Whoa, what are you doing?
What do you think I'm doing? Dancing? I've been caught up in that chair long enough.
Your legs work.
Sure they work.
You mean you've been faking this whole time?
Yes, sirree, Bob. I'm entirely lucid.
But why would you do that?
Nobody suspects me when I find corn cobs in the trash.
What do you mean?
I got a thing or two up my sleeves. Literally.
And nobody figures it out? Not even Grandma?
I can get away with anything because her mind isn't quite what it used to be. Now let's cha-cha-da.
Three, 30 years. 30 years as principal, and I thought I'd heard it all. I don't think I could take much more of this.
That suits me just fine. So are we dismissed or what?
I don't understand what's gotten into you people. For years, you've been the example, and now suddenly you're the delinquents? It just doesn't add up.
Clearly, this is causing you a great deal of stress. So why don't you do yourself a solid and let us go?
Stress is par in the course of my profession.
Okay, it's up to you, but anxiety is very bad for the skin.
If that were the case, I'd be a walking pimple.
Take a look around. We're all walking pimples.
Be that as it may, lying in detention only leads to more detention.
Fine by me.
Hey now, what was that?
Nothing.
My reputation is on the line here. I shouldn't have to summon my own daughter to detention. Of anyone here, you should know better. So speak up.
Yes, ma'am.
Make it good.
I'll try. Well, as you know, I've been studying for the annual spelling bee. Only it's not going as well as I hoped.
Surely you picked up a thing or two from my crosswords.
Well, this isn't just any spelling bee. It's the monster spelling bee.
By monster, you mean difficult?
Not exactly.
Let's hear it then.
Hope you brought your imagination.
Thank you for joining us, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to our 63rd annual Monster Spelling Bee. It is a pleasure to have you with us on this finals for this bright and sunny day. The wind is from the west and the barometer is holding steady. I would now like to welcome our finalists to the stage.
My name's Snooky.
My name's Zelnoid.
My name's Yoga. I spell.
Misspell.
Verse spell.
I believe we are missing one of the finalists.
No, I'm here. I stood too close to the donuts and almost got eaten.
Really sorry.
It's okay. My name's Tina.
Without further ado, let us get this Monster Spelling Bee underway. Snooky, your word is bludgeoned.
Bludgeoned, me favorite. Bludgeoned.
Correct.
Me winner.
No, not yet. Everyone must take their turn.
Me angry.
Zalnoid, your word is cannibalism.
Cannibalism. Me favorite. CANNISM.
Correct.
Yeah.
Me hungry.
Soon enough. Hugo, your word is flatulence.
Flatulence, me favorite. FATULNCE.
Correct.
Me gassy.
Save it for later, please. Tina, your word is ooga ooga baduga.
Excuse me? That's not a word.
My dictionary says otherwise.
Definition, please.
Ooga ooga baduga. To baduga or ooga and ogre.
Definition of bauga.
Alternate of ooga.
Definition of uga.
To eat.
Okay. Uga, uga, baduga. I don't know. O-O-G-A, O-O-G-A, B-A-D-O-O-G-A.
I'm sorry, Tina, but there's an H at the end of ooga ooga baduga.
She forget letter.
She stupid. She loser.
And you know what that means?
She dinner.
What? They're gonna eat me just because I misspelled a word?
No, not eat.
Ooga ooga baduga.
Stop this nonsense at once! Tina Marie Hinckley, you know better than anyone else that telling ridiculous stories is the best way to get my knickers in a twist.
Yes, ma'am.
Then how do you explain your behavior and none of this monster business?
Yes, ma'am.
Now I want the truth and I am not kidding this time.
I'm sorry, guys. Our plan isn't gonna work.
Don't say a word.
Yeah, we all promised.
She'll get it out of me eventually.
What are you trying to tell me?
No, don't.
At home, she makes us confess something before bed.
What exactly goes on at your house?
Nothing. Sometimes we just have to make up stuff so we can go to sleep. She still thinks Dad's responsible for global warming.
Let me get this straight. Am I to believe that you all wanted to be here in detention today? Well, I guess that answers my question. But why would you want to be here?
Please, Mom, haven't we been through enough?
I'm the one that had to listen to your stories.
I thought they were pretty good.
Yeah, even better than Saturday Night Live.
Well, that's not much of a contest. But this is Friday afternoon and I'm livid.
Fine, you want to know why we're here?
No, don't say anything.
We're sick and tired of being bullied.
Oh,
Come
man,
on.
you promised.
She wanted the truth, and that's what she'll get.
Then out with it, come on.
Every day we have to put up with someone putting us down or calling us names. Then after school, it gets worse. The bullies have spent 6 hours bored out of their minds, stuck inside a classroom. So what do? They sit at a desk and plan their next attack.
I think the staff has a decent bully prevention program in place.
Bully prevention program?
Sure. When someone misbehaves, we set our glasses to the tip of our noses and give them a good, hard glare.
You gotta be kidding.
Not at all. We held the last teachers' conference at Lens Crafters.
That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
Tina, calm down.
I can't calm down. We all figured if we were late to school, we would be sent to detention after school and we could evade them that way.
Is this true? Marissa?
Of course they come after us. Just look at us.
What do these bullies do to you?
Yesterday, they filled my locker with whipped cream.
Then banged my head on the locker.
I was in the locker.
But you're the most popular kid in school. I've seen the graffiti.
Maybe, but jealousy brings out the worst in people.
So you see, we just wanted a day of peace.
Wait a second. You're not feeding me another heap of hooey, are you?
Not this time. I swear.
Well, maybe I believe you. Then again, this is detention. Didn't it ever occur to you that detention might be loaded with bullies?
Yeah, right. Like they ever get punished.
For real, do you see anybody else here?
Of course not. It's like you've just stopped trying to get through to them. Instead, you make the rest of us pay.
You could have told me.
But don't you see? Our plan totally backfired. You're the worst bully of them all.
That's not true. Well, it's not.
Oh yeah? We'll see about that.
Sit up straight.
Aha.
Oh, good heavens. It is true. I'm a meanie.
And this time, we're not making it up.
I had no idea.
I know you think you're on top of things, Mom, but the truth is, you're always the last to know.
That's not true. I've got a keen and perceptive eye.
Oh, please, you get confused on reruns of Murder, She Wrote.
Hey, those plots are tricky.
No, Mom, no, they're not.
Okay. Then just tell me straight up, what exactly is the problem here?
Nobody listens to us.
Exactly. We work extra hard and always do our best, but whenever we have a problem, we get the 3rd degree, like we're expected to know better, I guess.
And not let it get to us.
But it does get to us.
I guess that would explain why all your stories were about bullies.
No kidding. We think about it all the time.
That still doesn't excuse your behavior today.
We just want to be heard.
So what do you say?
Well, I guess I could have a word with the faculty, although it's not always easy to get through to them.
Really?
They don't pay attention to me either. During staff meetings, they just play Scrabble.
Maybe they should spend the day in detention.
Don't think I haven't thought about it.
And that's all there is to it. Sentence all the teachers to detention.
Yeah, and bring in all the bullies.
That way they can see for themselves what it's like.
You know what? Maybe you're right. Hundreds of kids pass through these hallways year after year. Maybe we've stopped paying as much attention as we should.
It's worth a shot.
Who knows? Maybe they're just looking for a pat on the back.
Everyone wants a little attention.
Just not in detention.
Right.
So, are we dismissed or what?
Yeah, we're through. Although, I have to admit, your stories were the best I've heard in years. All I usually get is buzz off.
And that's just from the teachers.
When we get home, not a word of this to your father. When I apologize for being a big fat bully, I want him to think it was my idea.
Sure, but you better make it snappy.
Why is that?
You're late.
Oh, darn, your stories ran right through dinner. Detention adjourned.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.
I guess I owe you an apology.
As long as you make it a little more safe for us to walk the halls with our heads high, we'll call it even.
Deal.
But boy, are you in trouble when we get home.
I know. Do you think your father would buy the whole spelling bee story?
Not a chance. But maybe we can come up with something on the way home.